Hey guys, I'm Sam, and today I'll be going over my stats for my college apps. I'll talk about my classes and test scores and extracurriculars soon, but before that I just wanted to issue an important disclaimer. Contrary to popular belief, stats are not everything. Applications aren't just grades and accomplishments, they are also a chance for you to show your personality and who you are outside of your academic achievements. Just know that there are no required stats for any school, and anything can happen regardless of how your numbers may look. Now, with that in mind, let's dive right in. Okay, so now for the fun stuff. As you can see, demographic-wise, I'm an Asian female. I attended a private high school in California for 4 years, and because my school was relatively small, I was able to do a ton of extracurriculars. Definitely don't worry if you didn't do as many as I did. I think I might have even done too many. But anyway, at my school we had to take the PSAT 3 times. Before I tell you guys my scores, just be mindful that PSAT scores really don't matter for college, unless you're a national merit. And you can always improve your scores by prepping beforehand if you have trouble with taking standardized tests. For me, I actually like doing standardized tests because I'm a tryhard. So, freshman year I scored a 1400 on the PSAT, and then a 1450 sophomore year. Junior year, when the test really counted, I got a 1480, which just reached the cutoff for national merit. So yay! But again, your PSAT score doesn't actually show up anywhere on your actual college application, so don't stress too much about that. As for the SAT, I took it twice, once sophomore year and once junior year. You definitely don't need to take it that early, but like I said, I'm a weird nerd, so I took it early. Sophomore year, I got a 1450, but I still wanted to retake and see if I could do better, so I took it in October of my junior year and scored a 1570. I also took SAT 2 tests, or SAT subject tests, in May of my junior year, and I got an 800 on Math 2, 800 on Chemistry, and a 740 on Bio-M, or Biology Molecular. Honestly, I was too lazy to retake Bio, but I'm pretty happy with those scores too. I'm not gonna lie, those are pretty good scores, but honestly, for most schools, a 1450 plus on the SAT will get you through the door, and admissions officers rarely care about the difference if you got a 1590 and someone else got a 1600. Like I said, scores are only one part of your application, and it's okay if yours aren't as good as you'd like them to be. Now, onto APs. I took AP Calc AB sophomore year and got a 5, which I was not expecting. Then, junior year, I did AP Psych, Chem, Calc BC, Bio, and Lang. I got 5s on all of those too, largely because I had great teachers. If you're watching this, thanks guys! And senior year, my course load was AP Physics 2, AP Lit, AP Econ, AP Music Theory, Honors Calc 3 or Multivariable Calculus, Honors Orchestra, Ethics, and a TA period. I also did AP Stats, but I didn't take the test for that, so I don't really count it. All of these APs helped me rank up in my grades, and by the time senior year rolled around, I was salutatorian in a class of about 130 students with a 4.0 unweighted GPA and a weighted GPA of 4.803 out of 5. I also received the awards of Outstanding Life Scientist from my school, AP Scholar with Distinction, and National Merit Finalist from the College Board. Keep in mind that you only report the awards that you get up to junior year, so anything that I did senior year I couldn't put because applications were due before that. But like I said earlier, besides having school, I also did a buttload of extracurriculars that I used to beef up my college apps. While it's important to be well-rounded, you also don't want to flood your schedule with ECs, so I'd suggest that you just do what you're passionate about. That being said, I was definitely very involved, both inside and outside of school. I was president of my school's NHS chapter and a leader in our Student Ambassador Club, and the president of our science club. As Science Club president, I also captained and participated in 3 science competitions, which were Science Bowl, Science Olympiad, and Sea Perch Underwater Robotics Competition. For Sea Perch, I placed first in my division regionally 3 years in a row, and I received 4th place at the international competition in my sophomore year. We didn't go to internationals for the other 2 years. Besides that, I was a 3-year active member of CSF and a member of Math Club, where I did the American Math Competition as well. When I wasn't doing one of those things, I was playing music in my city's symphony orchestra, my church's orchestra, and an indie orchestra where I acted as the founding cellist and media designer. I also did orchestra at school, where I was section leader for 4 years and also participated in 3 pit orchestras and a bunch of quartets for outreach events. Besides that, I played volleyball and basketball in my school league for 2 years and spent my summers volunteering as a TA and lab tech for chemistry and biology classes at my high school. By the way, guys, I know I just listed like 500,000 ECs and you're probably bored out of your mind. So this is why it's better to focus on just a few key activities on your application. Don't inundate your applications officers like I just did to you, please. But anyway, that's about it for my stats. The main takeaway that I want you to leave this video with today is that stats are not super duper important. Sure, it's nice to have high test scores and leadership experience under your belt, but if you don't, it's really no biggie. Thousands of kids have amazing stats numbers-wise, but nobody else has your unique experiences or ambitions. Show that side of yourself in your application. Cultivate your passions in high school and show your commitments through the extracurriculars that you report on your app. That'll come through to your admission officer more than a 10-point increase in your SAT score will. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Again, please remember that stats will not make or break your application. If you saw Justin's video, you saw how different our stats were, and yet we both still got into pretty respectable schools. And if you didn't see Justin's video, go watch it. We'll be making our college decisions videos soon, so stay tuned. But until then, keep being awesome you, and don't let the muggles get you down.